Let's see, we're waiting for Hannah to join. Hopefully this will work.
Hi.
I haven't seen you in so long.
I know. How are you?
I'm good. Oh my gosh, getting ready today was like the highlight of
I
my
know, right?
quarantine.
I'm so glad we're going live just so an excuse to like put on makeup.
I know. My mom's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I have to get ready.
I love it. I love it. How's everything in your world?
It's good. Getting by as best as I can. It's just
Yeah,
hard, doing hair and being with my clients all day and talking. This is like very,
right.
very much like solitary confinement. And I'm like, I can't talk to the dogs.
Right.
I am. They're not talking
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. I know. It's such a crazy time and I'm so glad we're doing things like this. It's just nice to connect with you guys.
Yeah.
I hope you'll see some of your clients have joined. I'm looking. We've got a good crew here. Hey,
Yeah.
Sarah.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Christina.
Yeah. Okay, good. Um, Well, first off, give me some updates with the salon. I know everybody's closed until the end of April. Are you
Yeah.
guys kind of still on target for beginning of May? Are you rescheduling or should we
So
hold off?
we are still taking reservations right
Okay.
now. Everything is being updated through our website, blueberrymoon.com, which is awesome.
Okay.
Jenny, our wonderful owner,
Yeah.
has directed most of the phone calls to her and is also checking our reservations email, which is reservations@blueberrymoon.com. So
Okay.
people can still make reservations for when we open because this has gone on much longer than I thought. So I think
Yeah.
everybody's going to be really ready to get their hair done. So we're really excited
Oh, yeah.
that you can still buy R&Co through you guys.
Yeah.
We do have a link for that, and a lot of that is going to also be found on the website too. But we're just really hoping that once this is over, we can go back to business right away.
Yeah, I feel like salons, like although this lull period has been super hard and everybody's making a gigantic effort to, keep people afloat, all the stylists are not making commission or getting services. So
Mm-hmm.
it's such an important way. And I'm glad you brought up the affiliate link. So I just want to quickly touch on that for those of you who have joined who aren't familiar with that. So R&Co, obviously we're partnered with Blueberry Moon. You guys carry R&Co products. So we rolled out to all of our salon partners. R&Co essentially is splitting our online sales with our salon affiliate. So if you go to Blueberry Moon and they're your home and those are your stylists, make sure if you can and are willing to head to the Blueberry Moon website. You'll see a link for to purchase R&Co products. And just so you guys know, 40% of every sale goes directly to the salon. So that is essentially what is keeping them afloat right now. I know you guys are offering gift cards, correct, too?
We are. We're offering gift cards that we get the money now, so we can use that towards whatever we need to use right now, and then you
Yep.
fully come back.
Okay.
Able to work, which is great.
Perfect. So either one of those ways, please consider it if you can. Today's kind of purpose is just walking through. Ashley and I are just going to go over any questions. If you have questions, start sending them in the comments. But we quickly wanted to go through a few things that you guys could be doing at home in the meantime. So what do you want to start with? Do you want to do bright shadows first? It's probably number one on the list.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually had a question for you. So, bright shadows, if you guys don't know, we both have them. Are codes. They're root cover up.
Yeah.
So this is really great. I'm really excited about this. My questions that I have for you immediately, since I haven't really got to chat about with this on you one-on-one, are these water soluble or are these shampoo soluble?
Shampoo. They'll come out with shampoo. So I'm glad you mentioned that because it's important just to kind of, and I'm just going to, so you guys can see the full lineup. So we have 7 different colors.
Mm-hmm.
So really important that you are kind of engaging with your stylist. They obviously can make the best color recommendation if you're unsure. Honestly, you can't go wrong if you go one shade lighter than you think, just because you'll get a little like highlight enhancement, if you will. So these are the 7 shades, anything from light blonde, which is what I use on my hair, and then all the way up to black, and then we've got one for red. The red one is going to be more geared toward natural red.
Yeah, like auburny.
Exactly. Auburny with a little brown of a hue, but also just like a natural red. I don't want somebody who's got like an artificial red, like super, super pigmented bright red. Not to say this won't work. I just kind of, it's the number one question I get with the red. Is it for natural red or artificial red? So I would definitely go more natural on that one.
I'm happy you guys have that. Not a lot of brands have those reds, which is really nice.
Exactly. Yeah.
More majority of our clients and our clientele have that, like natural red hair than they do.
Yep.
Like an artificial red. So even still, it gives like a nice like kind of base color.
Exactly. Yeah. And even if like, you're one of those people.
So somebody asked, are they heavy? I don't. Yeah.
No, not at all.
You can
They're
really
very, very light. So I kind of want to describe, what these feel like. So as you can see, you can kind of see the nozzle here. So it's got a really, really direct nozzle on there, meaning so it's just easier for you to target against the roots. So I have not put mine in today. My roots aren't too bad. Thank goodness I wasn't like one of those who was in dire need before all of this happened. But I'm still using it. You know why I use it is I like it for like the breakup. So if you've got like a harsh highlight line, especially someone who's even lighter than me. Exactly. So it's kind of like what is the stylist called? Like
shadow root or
the shadow root. Thank you. Yep, exactly. Kind of to create that like less of a harsh line, just to give it a little bit more dimension. So that's what I'm using. But to call out a few things in here. So obviously they're pigmented with color. They do fully cover up gray coverage. So that's amazing. If you're one of those people who you're kind of embarrassed right now, you're in that spot, your grays are coming in, this is what you need to be ordering. And I promise you, it works. And to your point, you said your mom's using it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I can bring her in a few minutes and we can spray some.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we'll do a little demo in a few minutes on her, which will be really great for you guys to see the gray coverage. But a couple things. So it's got like a powdery texture. It comes out like a powdery pressure. Yeah. When you first spray it, be mindful it is a little cold. So be aware. It dries within 60 seconds. So once this is on, give it like 30 to 60 seconds and then it's set and it's dry. It doesn't really compromise your style, even if like you're curly and you blew it out. It's not wet by any means. But the really cool thing in here is it contains biotin. So I don't know, Ashley, if you even knew that, but it contains biotin. Biotin is a vitamin that a lot of people ingest for just healthy promotion of hair and skin and nails and things like that, cell turnover. So we added biotin in here, meaning you can use this in between your color appointments. So obviously it's crucial right now because we're in a pandemic and nobody can get their hair done. But also it's just a staple to have in everybody's routine because you can use this to push a little bit longer or add a highlight or whatever you want to do. And that biotin is going to create like an optimal scalp environment for the hair. So as the hair is growing out, biotin will help strengthen that cuticle to make it stronger. So a really cool point of difference there. Also, you asked a little bit about like water. So I like to talk about this in relation to makeup technology. So let's talk like foundation. Okay, so when we put on foundation, if you go swimming, you're not going to have like bits of foundation running down your face. Now, if you go swimming, you get out and you use your towel and you rub your face, you'll probably get a little bit of transfer.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing with this. So if you put this on and you go to the gym for a spin class and you're sweating across your hairline, you're not going to get like dye dripping down your face. Yeah. Now, if you go back to the locker room and you grab your towel and you rub your head, you might get a little bit of transfer. That's why I said always wait 60 seconds till it's completely dry. That way you won't even wear it. And when I say like dry, like I mean you can run your fingers through it and your hands aren't going to be,
Yeah, it has a nice texture. I spray it out. I actually like to use Root Touch Up as like a filler. So I stopped coloring my hair this fall. Yeah. And so my like my baby hairs around my face are really, really light for whatever reason. And so when I pull my hair back like this, I feel like I have like shallow like, I feel like I'm hollow here and I feel like it looks like to look nice and dark. So I actually go on and I just kinda like spray it along my root line when I pull my hair back, and it's so great. And I feel like, I mean, I was just rubbing my hands in it, and this is minimal, but I also have lotion on my hands. Yeah. So I will say, so even with that, it's like almost nothing, and I'm using like the darkest brown color. Of course, yeah. Really good call out. Yeah, so not even just for like, oh, I don't have gray hair and not for me. With ponies, like look at your hair right now. Yeah. To your point, just filling in those gaps. So you can apply it directly on the scalp. You don't have to, like, especially like for me today, like I would just kind of lift up and kind of spray a little bit like where that harsh line is. Right, just to kind of let it set. Yeah. Now, if I were you and I were wearing my hair a little bit more sleek back, if I wanted to fill in some of these holes, you could totally use it that way as well. Which is nice the way that it sprays because you can kind of control how hard it comes out. I also like to, I don't have one with me right now, but like a rat tail comb that you use to foil that has a really long pointed tip. You can take it, like imagine this was this, and if you have a part, put it down on your part line and then spray so you can still see yourself if you're wearing your hair parted, so it doesn't look like you have that kind of like shoe polishy dark scalp. Super, super smart. Yeah. And what's great about it is a lot of these root touch-ups on the market, there's obviously a plethora of different brands you can use. I like this one. Obviously, I work for R&Co, so I like everything. But I will say like a big point of difference between this and other ones on the market is the powdery residue. So a lot of people complain that,
oh my gosh, it looks like I have a dry shampoo in, or my scalp looks powdery.
Yeah, like super mattified.
Yeah, it's got a really, really natural sheen, so it almost mimics like the natural hair shine that you're naturally give off. So not too powdery, by no means shiny, just kind of like that in between natural look.
Yeah, totally.
Cool.
Totally.
Okay. Do you have any questions? This spray is a lifesaver for me. I love it.
That's
awesome.
Christina. She's our manager. You remember Christina? She was
here
pulled back. So like, of course, we know, like, as ladies, and this is the area that always gets those grays first. So when you have dark hair like us, it's like a lifesaver.
Totally. Yeah. No, for sure. Yep. Awesome. Okay. Well, these will be here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put it in the comments. We'll come back and check as we go on. So a few other things I wanted to touch on. I know you were interested in learning about Super Garden.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Let's talk that first. So this is our new shampoo and conditioner. This is the shampoo. It's called Super Garden.
So pretty.
I know. Isn't it beautiful? I'm obsessed with it. So it's our new CBD shampoo and conditioner. So obviously, kind of the whole world has gone into a CBD craze. As you know, there's multiple benefits to having it. A couple things with this one. So we use 1% CBD, which is actually extremely high in terms of like the beauty industry.
Right.
So it's a good amount in here, which is awesome.
Absolutely.
It's got smoothing properties to it. So soothing. So scalp issues, eczema, psoriasis, even seasonal scalp issues. So when it gets, we hit winter, your scalp gets a little bit dry, or in the summer, you're getting a little bit oily. So this kind of helps just to rebalance the scalp and keep it really healthy all the time.
So do you think in comparison to acid wash?
Yes.
I think that's actually in my shower right now. So what do you feel like the balancing properties are? Do you feel like acid wash is a little bit stronger because it's more specialized? Or you do? Okay.
Exactly. Now, they're definitely going to be both in our, I'm saying specialized just because CBD is a little bit smaller than your typical shampoo and conditioner.
Okay, so it's like along the lines with like the Oblivion, where it's just like a bit smaller.
Oblivion. Yep, exactly. So I don't want to say that just so you guys think like, oh, I can't use CBD every day. You 100% said, and someone just put dandruff. Absolutely. This is going to be a great one for you. So it's
that's
for the scalp.
A really great like scalp oriented shampoo and conditioner that's like an everyday if you have like dry scalp, itchiness, tightness, probably oiliness, just because it's going to bring it back to it's kind of like homeostasis of what your scalp should be.
You got it. Exactly. Cool. Hit it right on the money. It does have peppermint and eucalyptus, so it smells amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, so really, really nice. I know, especially with male clients, they like that like tingling sensation. It's got a really good like exfoliation property to it. This does tingle slightly, so it's got a slight tingle to it if you leave it on for a little bit longer than you normally would. I used it the other day. I left the shampoo on for about like 5 minutes or so, and I was like, oh, I definitely feel like some like invigorating some tingling. Yeah, for sure. Now I will say there is going to be another part of this so the treatments that you guys have are professional only treatments. This is just 2 of them. We have 5. So Gemstone, Color Locking Atlantis. There's a thickening one. There's a Sunset Boulevard one for your blondes. This will have one too. So this will have a professional only concentrate for the CBD one. And that one is super, super strong and very concentrated with the CBD. So you get that tingling effect much more in the professional. So when everything gets back to normal and you guys can rebook appointments, go in, treat yourself to a in-salon treatment, the CBD one, and you guys can get like a really nice, refreshing scalp massage with it, which is really nice. Newer one. Also, I wanted to mention, like, for me, example, like I have curly hair. I blew it out today and added a little bit of curl to it, but usually I've been wearing it a lot more naturally, especially like now when I don't have to see anyone that much.
Right.
So like I cannot live without my cassette. Like I use cassette, which is our curl shampoo and conditioner. I use this every single time I watch. I'm super loyal about it. I have to have it. Now, I'm obsessed with this too. So now, because it's a little bit like, you can use it every day, by all means, do as you wish. But if you have something that's such a favorite for you that you really want to keep as a staple in your regimen, incorporate this in. So you can always just get the shampoo or just
one
conditioner.
Shampoo and then another.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Someone's asking, what would be appropriate for teens or older? Would it be appropriate? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. I think there's like this little bit of
stigma.
ooh, CBD. Yeah, exactly. Is it going to get me high, or is it like, no,
CBD
not
is
at all.
awesome. I love it. So I use it in my skincare actually, which
Yep.
is one of the other lines that we carry, not R&Co, but at Blueberry Moon, is we have a CBD line in Farmhouse Fresh, which is body and face. And so CBD is really great for just like anti-inflammatory properties, which is so good, especially for scalp. That's why it's so great. I'm glad that you mentioned men. A lot of guys just don't cleanse their scalp well enough. They use a lot of like thick, heavy product more than women do, or even for pixie cuts. And so it's really nice to be able to get down to that scalp and get a good clean.
Exactly.
I think Oblivion's great for kids because it does get that like funky, especially for like preteens, like the hormonal like gunk off their scalp, especially if they're going to be out. Who knows what's going to happen this summer, but like chlorine and just being out there, that would be a really good one for kids. But if they're having actual scalp issues, the Super Garden would probably be
exactly. Yep. And that one, like I said, you can use it every time, so it's safe to use like as your regular shampoo and conditioner, or you can incorporate it. Oblivion is the same way, actually. So I'm glad actually you brought that up. Like I said, you don't have to use this every day. It's a clarifying shampoo, meaning it's stripping your hair of like the oil buildup or things like that, but it's non-color stripping. So if you color your hair, it's still safe to use. You could 100% use it every time you wash if you want it. Again, not really necessary unless you're trying to get something off, unless you're like swimming every day. To your point, in the summer, you're a lot of chlorine buildup, things like that. Then you could incorporate it into your everyday routine, but it is safe to use. So if you're obsessed with it and you love it, by all means, use it every day. Yeah. Cool.
I know. I feel like Frank, one of our stylists, who Frank, like Pretty Buzz, he really likes that, especially for like I think the oil. For like men that have shorter hair, and you can kind of see that scalp. It sucks to have that like kind of oily buildup. So I feel like that's another good reason to use it too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. And speaking of like Oblivion's kind of in our specialty category, so that's a good transition over into treatments. So I want to hear about what you're doing at home. Are you doing anything specific?
Oh my gosh, I feel like I feel like a lot of people are working from home, which is awesome, which I know that everybody has a little bit more time just because they're not commuting. So having like small things to be able to do for self-care are awesome, especially if they're not constantly doing meetings like this on FaceTime. You could totally do a mask during the day. For someone like me, where I have no things to do at the moment, all I've been doing is like self-care stuff. I feel like I've been just like shining. So I have been wearing my hair natural as much as I can. This is actually the first time in almost 3 weeks that I've blown my hair out. Which has helped so much. But I'm doing cassette in the shower. I'm doing my acid wash all the time to just kind of help. Just seasons changing. My scalp always flares up. Kind of when my allergies do is usually when my skin kind of has some kind of issues. Doing a mask because I actually have the time to do it has been really great too. So I know we have the television mask, which is newer and really exciting. People already like television. So,
I'm going to talk about, I think the best things to talk about would be like acid wash, crown, Palm Springs, and television.
Awesome.
Those are going to be some of like the staples that you could be purchasing through the Blueberry Moon website with their affiliate link, and these are great at-home treatments for you guys to be doing. Honestly, it might be a blessing in disguise for some of you who are bleach blondes to give your hair a break. Do some treatments.
You guys won't stop bleaching your hair, and I can't tell you no.
That's me. This is not the way I would do it, but I'm forced to. So
I had a question too. We'll just revert back. We'll put a pin in it if you want to. For the bright shadows, if somebody is like kind of like you, like a medium brunette, and they have really bright highlights, what would you suggest the color to be for the root cover up?
So I like this because R&Co. One second, I'm pulling them up. So we have a light blonde. And then we have a dark blonde. Which is great. So 2 different blonde options. There's 3 different brown options, which is nice. So anything from light brown, medium brown,
the dark brown.
I personally, like you guys are looking at my hair color. So I'm pretty light throughout, especially these front pieces. You know, that money piece that I always do. I'm like, make me bright. I'm using light blonde. So I used this. It's the one I sprayed earlier. And that's just, like I said, to kind of break up my shadow root. Now, I do have fairly dark hair. So this is really going to be anything for like me or lighter. And I'm talking lighter like platinum. But you've got a dark root. This would be the one to purchase. Right? Cool. So this is going to be the lightest that you can go. I always say, rule of thumb, go lighter rather than heavier. You would rather have like your gray coverage, but lighter than like doing something too dark for your hair. So if you're unsure, it's always best if you can do it, purchase two, kind of one what you think and maybe one a little bit lighter. You can also like our her name is Alice, and she has she's our director of like social media. She literally gave herself highlights with us the other day, so it was such a cool video. She like actually brought it like
cool.
throughout, yeah, and just like made herself darker or lighter or however you wanted to do. So if you want to play with color now.
Cool.
Yeah,
that was my question. I know I had a few clients write in that are like my double process platinum blondes.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, I can't have you bleach your hair at home like that.
Right.
I can give you like a smudge root or like kind of soften it a little
Yep.
bit. But there's nothing to get you white, but you can at least kind of soften that difference.
Yeah.
Cool.
Exactly. Yeah. Cool.
All right.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that. Okay. Okay, back to some at-home treatments. We kind of discussed acid wash a little bit. So this is one Ashley loves. Ignore my nails. I know they're not great. Acid wash, anyone can benefit from this. So this is ACV rinse, meaning apple cider vinegar. So this is vinegar-based. A lot of people, I think it was 2018, it was the #1 thing Googled in relation to the beauty industry was apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
This is it. There's just so many benefits to it. You probably know someone who takes shots of it. It's really good for your immune system, etc., etc. So it turns out it's very good for your hair as well. So this is, I love the nozzle. So you just open it up. You can actually put this directly on your scalp and just filter it back. So squeezing the bottle and putting it in that way. So you're really targeting the scalp. You're making sure that the product just gets on there on wet hair. So in the shower, you would do that. Give it a good rub with your fingertips. So this cleanses the scalp. This restores the scalp back to its cleanliest state. Meaning if right now, let's just say, for example, probably not everyone's washing every day because why do we have to?
Totally.
Dry shampoo. So if you're using dry shampoo over and over and over again for multiple days, this is
just going to build up.
Yeah, exactly. So this is like your best product to buy if you're feeling like, oh, my hair's coated with dry shampoos or even like oils. You know, if you wanted to blast that out, this would be the product to use.
Yeah,
okay?
I like to do a regular, just generic shampoo first to try to just get off whatever gunk that's on there, especially if it's really dirty, and do that second just so it can do like what it's supposed to do and really get down there. And if you could like tilt the bottle a little bit, it's like more of like a syrupy consistency.
Yes.
So it really means to stay like on the scalp before you can like lather it up, which is really nice. So you're not trying to put like a liquid onto your scalp.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. And good point, because I was going to say this kind of replaces a shampoo. So to your point, if you're really feeling like, okay, I need to take myself back and get like the cleanest of clean, you could just do this. It's very, very strong. It's much stronger than a typical shampoo. But to your point, if you needed to do that extra cleanse, you could 100% do it that way. It does get pretty sudsy, like almost like a shampoo. So you'll feel like a sud to it. You'll really feel like this. I call it squeaky clean because literally like your hair will feel.
It does. It feels so like just light.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep. And then you would just finish with whatever conditioner you love after. Yep. So simple as that. Now, for my other people who are oily, okay, so Crown, this is our scalp scrub. Crown is designed for oily scalps, so people who have an overproduction of sebum, where they're always oily, and sensitive scalps. So to our point earlier when we talked about super guarding, dandruff, eczema, psoriasis, things like that, Crown can be beneficial. Okay, so now you're probably asking, well, what if I'm dry and have eczema? So dry, I just said go this way, but then eczema, I said go this way. So okay, which one? Spot treat. You can use this as a spot treatment. So if you are dry and you have eczema, don't put it everywhere, because remember I said this soaks up oil. It's salicylic acid in here, which is found in a lot of skincare, like acne-prone skincare. So it soaks up oil. So I would just recommend spot treating that specific area that you're having some irritation. People love this as a soothing agent. It's also like a really fun thing to do now that we all have the time. Like the more you rub your head, give yourself a little scalp scrub, pretend you're at the salon.
Yeah.
And, really cleanse the scalp. So we use sugar, not salt. So it is color safe completely. It will not fade your color whatsoever. And this one you do. Yeah, exactly. This one you would do before you shampoo. So first up, in the shower, get your hair wet. Give it a good emulsification in your hand. You really want to start the breakdown of that ingredient. Put your hands in your scalp and finish the exfoliation until you feel no more sugar. Okay.
Cool.
If you guys have any questions on, someone said love television. Me too. Staple. Everyone needs television. Yeah. I'll show that one just so people know what I'm talking about if you're interested. This is, there she goes. Television, shampoo and conditioner. I think this has officially beat out Atlantis for a bestseller. It's just a
like
staple.
the best every day.
Yep, exactly. Yep. So it's called Perfect Hair Shampoo and Conditioner, meaning it leaves you with perfect TV hair, but also kind of a nod to perfect for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. So regardless of your hair type, television is a staple that anyone can be using.
Yeah.
Now, do I think there are better shampoos and conditioners for certain hair types? Absolutely. But this is just like your basic everyday wash.
Mhm.
We use glycerin, not oil, so you're getting maximum moisture with not a lot of weight, which is super ideal, especially for me, someone who's a little bit more fine. I can't really have a shampoo and conditioner with tons of oils in it. It will be too heavy. So staple, if you're new to the R&Co brand and you're like, oh, where should I start? This would be a good start.
Yep.
Exactly.
Gateway product.
Yes, 100%. And then you add on television
mask.
mask. So back to our masking category, things you guys could be doing at home. Sorry, 1 second. Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm here to measure for some glass on the ratings, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Sorry, guys. Someone just walked up and they're measuring something for outside. Back to television. So we had the shampoo and conditioner, and we recently launched the mask. Okay, so the mask is something that, obviously, when you think of a mask, you think thicker in consistency, a little bit more moisture, a little bit more like, you could use it daily, but it's definitely more targeted as like a one or twice a week.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this one has snow mushroom extract. It actually penetrates the cortex of the hair to repair moisture from inside out. So phenomenal staple. The longer you can leave this in hair, the better you're going to get. So I always say at least 5 minutes, but now, you know, people have extra time. Leave it on for longer. You know, take a hot bath and leave it on for that extended, 20 minutes or so. And then you rinse out and your hair will feel like silk. So great. Another one great to have in your staple.
Does that one also have a thermal protectant in it? Or no?
That's a great question. I don't think it does. Our shampoos and conditioners she's referring to, our shampoos and conditioners do. Yes, so they have UV protectants and thermal protectants with the exception of Sunset Boulevard, our shampoo, the blonde shampoo and conditioner.
Yeah.
But all of them, generally speaking,
And then the styling products.
all of them do, with the exception of some of the gels. So like Motorcycle, Wall Street, a few of the gels don't have it. But regardless, even if you just start with like your base, so your centerpiece or your waterfall, high dive, just your basic primers, you'll be 100%.
I'm only asking just because sometimes when I'm doing a mask and leave it on for a while, I usually don't do a conditioner. I do a mask instead.
Yep. Exactly. But speaking of heat protectant, just so we can touch base on that real quick before I forget. If you guys are at home and you're doing your hair all the time and you're still ironing because it makes you feel good, more power to you. I completely get it. But Grid would be a staple for those people. So Grid is our structural hold setting spray. This one is clinically tested to protect you up to 450 degrees. So any iron work, I'm sure if you guys are getting iron work in the salon, make sure your stylist is using this. Put them in check.
And are we spraying that in wet or are we spraying that in dry?
You can do either. Yep.
Wonderful.
So I actually prefer it in wet. But a lot of people, like right now, I could spray it in dry. Let's just say tomorrow I wake up and I'm feeling like, oh, I want to add another like bend to my hair. I want it a little bit more curlier. I would go through and spray this on dry. It comes out like a slight mist. So just make sure the hair is completely dry, 60 seconds or so before you put an iron to it so you don't get the sizzle. But you can do either or. So great staple to have. Yep. What are the other two? This one, Palm Springs.
We do that in salon all the time, especially during the summer.
Tell me how you do it in salon, because I feel like this is something that a lot of people forget about.
The way that we like to do it in the salon is we usually run a promotion during the summer because that's usually when most of our blondes are going to be out at the beach and the pool and just like your ends need that extra drink. Yep. So what we do is if you're getting highlights or a color treatment where you're not getting color pulled through your ends, we'll apply foils and then we'll put this on the rest of the hair and let it sit the entire time you're processing, mids to ends, and then rinse out when we rinse out the color.
Yeah. So that is such an awesome technique. Salons, other salons, if you're watching, take that, write it down, and implement that when you reopen because it is a staple. So especially, obviously, anyone can benefit from it. But to your point, those the bleach blondes. So our ends are the first to see, like, okay, we're dry. Like right now, I'm in need of a little cut, right? So I'm doing this like crazy. It's got a lot of butters in it and oils. So like coconut oil and sunflower seed oil and argan oil. So all of those oils do have the capability, like I said before, to like penetrate the cortex. So you really are repairing from inside out, and it's not just sitting topically on the hair like some oils do. So some oils you think like, oh, I'm using an oil will really help me with my dry ends. Just make sure you're getting one that actually does have the capability to soak all the way in, so it's not just sitting on top of the skull. Yep.
Yeah.
But this one, what'd you say?
I was gonna say is what I like about this one compared to like the television, which is a traditional mask.
Yep.
Is this one I can do, and what you're typically supposed to do is pre-shampoo.
Exactly.
So you can sit with it on while you're working before you're gonna go and get in the shower. And I just sometimes don't have patience to stand in the shower for
Of course.
10 minutes or put a mask on, get out, get back in and rinse.
Yep. No, I love it. I'm the same way. Unless I'm taking like a bath, which is very few and far between at this point. Like I'm not going to sit in my shower for 10 minutes just so I can get this all in. So this is a great point. So it's called pre-shampoo treatment mask, meaning you put it on before you shampoo. And actually, you can put it on dry hair. So that's another huge win. I personally, little pro tip for you as well as some of our global educators, I do like to slightly mist the hair, just with like a water bottle or something like that. The only reason I say that is it just creates you to like really move it around a little bit easier. You don't have to. Whatever works for you works for me. And it is intended for dry hair, so don't feel like you need to like really saturate the hair completely wet. Just a light mist, help the movability of the product in there. Tie your hair up in a top knot and let it sit for as long as possible. Go on your run. Go to hot yoga.
I clean it
right now.
Every day that I know that I'm gonna like deep clean my apartment, like right before I start, I clip my hair because I know I'm gonna have to jump in the shower like immediately after. And like at that point, I'm like, I'm not doing this in the shower. Do that. It's already done.
Exactly. And I even sleep in it. So you can.
Do you?
So I do. Yeah. And it doesn't get like it kind of comes out like a shaving cream, if you will. Yeah, but really it does like dry, much like the Olaplex treatment too. I love that one as well. Yeah. It does dry, so you're not like your pillow's not gonna be like wet. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So tie it up. Even if you want to put like a little shower cap on, that's fine too. But again, not necessary. I sleep in it. So when I wake up, I wash. My hair literally feels like butter. So for a treatment girl who like loves like all the treatment stuff and silky, soft, pin straight hair, great one. Cool. Okay. So what else other than treatments? Dry shampoos?
Yeah, I mean, shampoos, those are easy to go over really quick if people have questions about what to do.
Want me to just look up the shampoos and kind of talk about who's best for which one?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start first with this one. So I'm going to work my way up in terms of moisture, from least moisturizing up to our most moisturizing, okay? Cool. But before I start, even the least moisturizing is still moisturizing. So I don't want you to think just because it's on our lower end that it's not moisturizing at all.
Do you think that it's in terms of like weight of the shampoo, you feel like the ones that are like less moisturizing are going to be lighter?
Definitely, 100%, which is exactly why I'm going to start with Dallas. Okay, so Dallas is our thickening and volumizing shampoo, and this one does have biotin as well. So, as you know, Ashley, we just reformulated all of our shampoos and conditioners in 2019. Huge plus. So if you've tried these and you weren't a fan, I encourage you to try them again because they all are a little bit slick and have the lather that you guys are looking for. So for those of you who don't know, R&Co is 100% vegan. We're cruelty-free, we're paraben-free, sulfate-free, mineral oil-free, everything free, you name it. It's very, very good for you. A lot of our ingredients are found in like skincare grade technology. So even like Neon Lights, the silicone-free dry oil, like you could use it as a body lotion because it is so skincare grade. But back to Dallas. So Dallas is going to be for...
One thing that I will say that I love, and this is what I like to tell my clients too about your guys' like reformulation and everything comes sealed now. So there's a seal on the top of the shampoos before you open it, which there's, so many points of difference between, professional branded and drugstore branded is, I don't know if like not everybody knows this. On all products, there is this, which tells you when your product expires. And this is on like every product that's out there, doesn't matter what brand it is on makeup, and that's your expiration date. So when you're buying stuff from the drugstore and you're like, this doesn't work as good as I thought it did last time, or it's this funky and it feels different, your product could be expired. You don't know how long it's been sitting on the shelf because somebody could have opened it and smelled it or tried it and put it back. And so that's
Yeah.
also what I really like about what like R&Co has done is like that product's going to be fresh and it's going to work the best it possibly can.
Yeah, exactly. Great point. That was another thing we newly implemented into the brand. And if you're one of those people who like, oh, I need to smell it, just go ask your stylist. They've got everything on the back bar for you. I'm sure they're more than happy to open that up and let you smell it, whatever you guys want. Yeah, it's just honestly to protect you as the buyer, and also the salon, so where people aren't opening it and then putting it to the back where it's sitting for
forever.
I'm all over the place, but I'm going back because you went like this and showed me the bottle. So I have to talk about this with Super Garden because this is such a cool thing that we did. So the first time only, I don't know if you can see it in here. Can you see where that says R&Co Eco right here?
Kind of, yeah. It's a little blurry, but I see
it's a little blurry.
Round circle.
Yes. So R&Co Eco, this is the first time we're in a movement of using post-consumer recycled. So
awesome.
This is 55% post-consumer recycled. So we are doing our part in making sure that our packaging and everything is in line with maintaining the world and making sure we're living in a better environment and Mother Nature is on our side. So that's the point of difference. You'll start to see some other things roll out, but if that has it on the back, then you know that we use post-consumer recycled materials for this. So big call out. Super Garden was our first ever to have that little, it says like R&E-Co. So it's cute.
Cute.
Exactly. They really thought of everything. So, okay, back to shampoo. So this is going to be for fine, thin hair in need of volume and thickening. I also would recommend this to anyone who has extreme breakage. Okay, so if you are brushing out your hair and you're like, oh my gosh, half my hair, I could see it like flaking off. That means your cuticle was a little damaged and we need some strengthening. So because this is biotin, staple for you to have in your regimen. Okay? Next one is, and forgive me, I don't have the new one. So Sunset, we did come out with a new one. It's our blonde shampoo and conditioner. The new packaging is a little bit more updated, a little bit more sleeker. It also says daily on it, the new one. Yep. So I don't know if everybody knows, but our blonde shampoo and conditioner is meant for every time you're washing, not the traditional once a week or once every other week to reduce like brassiness or yellow tones or things like that. We use a mineral pigment, not a dye. So the mineral pigment is safe enough to be using it on a regular basis to maintain the color that you left the salon with versus using a purple shampoo that contains a dye, which actually has like the capability to tone the hair. Cool. So crucial that you're using this every time you're washing if you are going to invest in the shampoo and conditioner. Just make sure you're using it on a regular basis to maintain the color that you've left the salon.
So if you're using this like immediately, you just got your hair done, you love it. We're going to use it to maintain the entire time versus a lot of girls when they leave going a few weeks, probably 3-4 weeks at least before they start using a purple shampoo to revert.
Exactly. Yep. And there are pros and cons to both. Like, don't get me wrong, I love a purple shampoo, but I also I love to have one shampoo and conditioner that does it all, so I don't have to buy another one. I'm a blonde with a lot of maintenance. Yeah. It's just kind of an all-in-one great one. And the new one went up in moisture drastically. Awesome. So if you're getting the new one, it will say daily on it, new packaging, and the moisture content's super high. So that was a big thing that we changed with the old versus new for that one. Cool. So all my blondes, grays, and silvers. Sunset Boulevard, shampoo and
silvers. I feel like people forget that a lot for silver hair, and I feel like that natural people are growing in their hair, especially like women that are a little bit older. I feel like they're not getting that stigma of like, you're gray, you look old. I think it's so pretty to keep it nice and shiny and sparkly and not like that kind of like yellow ruddiness that it can get.
Absolutely.
Like, sun or heat a lot can make it a little bit like yellowy.
Exactly. Yeah. Really, really good one to have. Now the next one we'll do is Gemstone. Gemstone's super special. This one was one of the first ones we reformulated. I think it was last February. So this is Gemstone. This is our color shampoo and conditioner. Anyone who colors their hair is great for Gemstone. So this is exactly what it's all about. We use a really cool technology on here. You can see this little silver diamond that says ChromaHance technology. And ChromaHance is a really concentrated ingredient that is both the shampoo and conditioner, penetrates the cortex post-color service to lock it in. Okay, so this protects you, guaranteed, at least 10 washes, but if you're using it on a consistent basis, definitely more. But so any client or anybody who's watching this, who you're constantly feeling like, oh, I get my hair colored, a week later the color's faded, you need a color preservation shampoo. So this would be a great one for you. Moisture content is kind of right in the middle. It's not our least moisturizing. It's not the most moisturizing, but obviously it's going to be really packed full of some good moisture because when we color our hair, we're obviously compromising moisture. So it definitely targets that. So anyone can use this. Fantastic. I do especially love it on red hair, and I love it on like deep brown and black. So it has like light reflecting particles in there that kind of pick up the light, especially you notice it outside in like the natural light. It makes your hair super, super shiny. So shine and color protection.
So let's talk about just for a second color fadage. So a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people think that their color fadage is coming from that washing their hair too much or just the color itself. But a lot of people don't realize that like a majority of their color fadage is coming from UVA, UVB rays from being outside. So that actually pulls out a lot of your color. So if you're not using, there's so many of my clients that are like, I love my red hair, but it fades right away. And I'm like, what are you using in it? They're like, I don't use anything. And it's like, aside from just wanting to use a good product, is protecting your hair from all the elements. It's the same thing with putting sunscreen on your face. So especially if you're going to be outside during the summer or you're not wearing a hat or you're just a person that is in the sun a lot, that's where your color is kind of falling out, especially if you're not using a protectant like this. So this is another way to really help preserve that from happening too.
Such a good point. I'm so glad you said that. Yeah, a lot of people don't even think like, oh, sun damage or even like harsh pollutants in the air or things like that. That all is like, when you go outside, you are stepping into the outer world that has all of these different chemicals and things in the air and sun damage. So just like any skin expert will tell you, sunscreen, sunscreen, sunscreen. Wear sunscreen.
Sunscreen for your hair, you have to.
Staple. Yep. And this is, all of our shampoos and conditioners have UV protectants in them. You block those sun rays that add to color fading. So this one is going to be more targeted just because this is the only one that has the chroma enhance, but all of them across the board, you'll have UV protection in all of them.
Yeah, so that's really also great. We like to do, which we don't do much anymore, but it's also really good for people that have vivid or trend color. So like the direct dyes, purples, the reds, the yellow. That's going to really help and make them look really pretty too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to Bel Air. So Bel Air is a special one. This is our smoothing shampoo and conditioner. So this one, we added an antioxidant to it. It's artichoke extract in there. So Bel Air is really going to be for the client with thick, coarse,
texture,
full head of hair, tons of texture. This is for you. So this is going to be the one. I always say this is our biggest styling aid shampoo. And when I say that, I mean, think about where you want to get at the end.
Yeah.
Okay. So if, let's just say, for example, if I'm going to wash my hair and I know that I'm wearing it naturally curly, obviously I'm going to pick a curl shampoo, right? So that's going to help. Now, if I had thick, coarse hair and I knew that I was going to blow my hair out and I know that it takes me a long time to do it, this would be what I would be using. So this is going to help me. Yes, and that too. Great combo. This actually like shrinks the cuticle. So it makes sure like it's the best, easiest way to describe it is it makes fat hair skinny. So like just like a thickening and volumizing shampoo, Dallas, that has kind of like expanding the hair's cuticle so we can appear fuller and thicker. This is working the opposite way. So keeping it nice, smooth, and sleek longer.
Yes, Natalie, you do need this.
Is that one of your clients?
Yeah, she's a girlfriend of mine, and she's had for the last few years her head shape from here down.
Oh,
because she has so much hair, and when her hair's down, it still looks like she has a full head of hair, and her ponytail still like this thick. Wow. And she's got like texture too, so that would be really great.
Yep, exactly. Anybody who's super texture, thick, coarse, even ethnic hair, awesome. This is the way to go. This is what you're gonna want. Yep. Okay. Cassette. I cannot speak more highly of this shampoo and conditioner. I am a sucker for it. It is our curl shampoo and conditioner. Special about this one, Cassette has a super seed oil complex, which means it has flaxseed and chia seed, combating frizz and moisture. So those are two things that every curly girl in the world, if you have curly hair, you know you struggle with it. To your point, you do. Are you using
love it. So I just started using this. So I don't wear hair curly like at all during the winter. I feel like my hair's just already too dry. So I usually reserve my curly days for the summer. So I just started using this past month when I've been wearing it natural. And so the first time I did my hair natural without using it. And then the second time I did with using it just to see my difference. And I posted a few pictures. Anybody that follows me can tell, like, my curls are just so much more defined and sleek, and I've always had really lazy ones. I've got a really good cocktail curl stuff that I like to use, but I really saw a big difference in how they looked and felt after using the shampoo.
Yep, and I am going to piggy bank off of you. So I used to have long hair. I chopped it off pretty recently, which I know is like a huge thing to allow me to be able to do this. But I have had wavy, semi-curly hair my entire life. I have maybe worn it curly 10 times.
Yeah.
I've never been a fan of it. I can never achieve that like soft, pretty curl that everybody aspires to have. So I chopped my hair, so that's number one. Everybody go chop your hair if you want to wear curly. I'm just kidding.
Get a hold of the color.
But for me, blonde, damaged, like I needed like a fresh blonde start. So that is what I did. But ever since then, I've been using this to maintain that moisture content in my hair. So next time we do one of these, which we'll plan for more, I'll wear my hair natural so people can see.
We'll both do it, yeah.
Yes, we'll both go natural.
Even still, like, this is the longest my hair has been in at least 15 years. Yeah. And I usually don't like my hair when it's shorter because it's so curly. I feel like my hair is even curlier now, even though it's longer and heavier, which sometimes, like yours probably shortening it did help it spring up. I was just surprised at how curly it got with these products with how long my hair is now.
Yep, exactly. It's just an absolute staple, especially now if you're wanting to be a little bit more adventurous, where you want to try and see if you can master wearing it naturally but still like it because you're not in your house. Great one to try.
I feel like it helps it look a little bit more polished compared to when I use like a regular shampoo and conditioner when I'm wearing it curly.
Definitely. I call it television, which we spoke about earlier, which of course is our #1 bestseller. Everybody loves it. You cannot go wrong. Maximum moisture, not too much weight, so a staple for everybody. But I call cassette the television for curly hair. So you get the same feeling, you get the same lather, the same slip. I love a shampoo that like gets really sudsy and I'm feeling like, you know, it's giving me oomph. But I also like to run my fingers through it in the shower to be able to like get that calmability that I'm looking for. So this will do that. Someone said, so will they make your straight hair curly? No. So this doesn't have like a
curl
polymer property to it. Exactly. So
I will say, though, using these products on hair that is wavy is also going to be really beneficial. That's like one big thing that I teach with a lot of my clients, especially clients that have wavy hair. People think that you have straight hair and you have curly hair, but there's this really big subset of people that have this like kind of wavy, not curly, but kind of like a nice S pattern. And that hair is honestly the most difficult hair to work with. Like people think curly hair is the most difficult. No, it's the wavy because you have this kind of soft texture to it. Hair is usually pretty coarse. People don't think they need moisture because they're like, my hair is not curly, but you do still need moisture and you get a lot of frizz because of that. So that's like one type of hair that I feel like people struggle with the most. But using curl products like the shampoo and conditioner will really help kind of tame things.
100%. 100%. Yep. Couldn't agree more. That's dead on. Yeah. There's like 8 different types of curls patterns. Like
a lot.
There's people think like, oh, you have curly hair or straight hair. It's like, no, which kind of curl pattern do you have? So anything from wavy and up, staple. Even if you have straight hair and you wanted to use it, you'd be totally fine. I just want to make sure that people know that there's not like a styling polymer in there that's going to make your hair like super curly. Now, there are styling products that make your hair curly. So to your point earlier, I think it's Jill. Peanut butter jelly time. Oh my god, that's the cutest little thing ever. So for this person, these would be the 2 products that you want to screenshot right now if you're trying to go curlier. Okay? So you've got Turntable. This is our curl defining cream. This has a styling polymer in it, meaning it's helping to enhance curl. Do you use this?
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, I love it too.
These are my 2 favorites.
Yep. I love it. Staples in every curly girl. So
it is.
I would wash with
cassette.
I get out. Sometimes I put a primer in, sometimes I don't. This does have a built-in primer in it, so this is meant to like combat frizz and help really add moisture to the hair. It also has anti-humidity proof in here, so this is a staple in the summer when your hair gets poofy and big.
Huge, and I will say, oh gosh, I don't have it here. So I will say add in like a gel. So I would say those 3 with either gel or mousse. I use, because we're doing blueberry moons and not just R&Co, I like mousse because it's kind of like a hybrid. And what I like to say is for my wavy girls or girls that have like me lazy curls, the top of my head is not nearly as and it's like just on my part. It's not like it's underneath, just on the top. It's like wavy. So what I like to say is using this product is going to help define and help encourage curl. but you have to put something to hold that. So I like to say, especially for girls, it's like putting a bra on your curls and making sure that they stay formed, because doing like a gel or a mousse kind of encapsulate that style that you have and helps hold that structure.
Yep. Even think of it as like glue sealing the hair to like create that like less frizz. You know what I mean? You do, it's always good to have that. I personally don't use a gel when I use this, but that's because I like my hair to feel like nothing's in it.
Yeah.
So I don't want that hold factor, but you 100% if you do, or if you like, you know, even still today, there's some people like that crunch. You can 100% add, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to get that with a gel, but sometimes when you do get that. And some people still like that look. So if you do, you'll definitely need a gel on top of this, but it is efficient to work alone, meaning it has got a built-in primer, it's got a curl enhancer, so making the hair curlier, and then a slight hold to it. And when I say hold, think more like memory. So remembering the formation of the curl versus like an actual feeling of hold.
And I think it helps really make the curls look a little bit more uniform. So curly hair is never going to be exactly the same. A lot of people have like much curly hair down here, less on top, which is so common. Or even people have wavy hair where they have just like one patch that's just straight and the rest is like a pretty kind of wave. It still help kind of bring a little bit more uniformity to it too.
Exactly. And then just to touch on Sail, someone asked, would Sail give straight hair texture? Yes. So Sail, I always say, is for the client who, you know, or anybody who is super low maintenance, where they often are air drying and just don't really believe in like using like a lot of styling products. Totally up to you, but Sail is a staple. So Sail adds definition and texture. I want you to kind of think of it as like a salt spray, but I'm actually not a fan of salt sprays because it's almost too much texture for me. Yeah. You know, that like grit that you can get, or even like you can't run your fingers through it or brush through it. Like that's
so I like to see this gives like a little bit of rough texture, but it doesn't give you like that stiff grittiness that a salt spray would give.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like the best of both worlds. So yes, it will give straight hair texture, and you could even I like it best for like an undone, and I could put it on like right now. I could put it on. You know, I could put it on dry hair, just to like kind of build me up. So you'll see I can kind of start to form it. So I'm getting more of that like salty undone texture to my hair.
But it's not going to be like hard or stiff.
I could go take a brush right now and brush right through it. So it's that best of both worlds. Someone said, Ashley, would Sail work for Jilly?
She could try. It depends on how, is her hair all one length right now? I feel like you could use it, but if she's looking to get more of a curl texture pattern, that would be something if she has like more layers in there to give you more of that kind of like movement.
Yeah.
I recommend this product to a lot of my clients that are like wash and go, like a lot of my moms that are newer moms. Like I have kind of wavy hair. I do not have time or patience to style it, but it also looks crazy when I do it. I like this because it gives you that kind of like undone. I didn't really do anything to my hair, but it looks a little bit more polished. So it looks like you intentionally let your hair air dry and it's pretty and just kind of naturally tousled versus just like it going like poofy.
Like you can totally see. This looks like a little bit more like I kind of let it air dry. This looks a little bit more like polished, where she put an iron to her hair. So, you know, she said a few layers.
Then yes.
Yeah.
Let's say yes. Sail
all the way. Poster child. I always have this in my hair.
Love it.
And you could even put this in like wet. I know you use Freeway for this, which we'll talk about in a second, but you can put this in wet and then like blow dry it in. So if you're somebody with like that pinned, straight, silky, soft hair, you're trying to like, you know, prep for your wedding or just do like a really curly look and you don't want your curl to fall. Anytime you add texture to the hair, texture equals hold. Mm-hmm. So it's going to remember the formation of that iron or whatever it is.
Right.
Achieve that curl. So great one.
It's also good for just frizz. I like to use that like day 2 for curls if I've slept on my hair or if I feel like extremely air tousled for the day. I like to do that like once my hair is pretty much all dry, I go back because it just kind of like settles all those fuzzies too. So that's why I like it for curly hair too.
Yep. Yeah, it's good as like a restyler day 2.
Yes.
Yep. Exactly. Okay. I think a good next thing would be dry shampoos.
Yes. So this is like my biggest, like the hardest thing to explain to guests because a lot of guests are coming in and they tell me they don't like dry shampoo or dry shampoo doesn't work for their hair or You know, and that's what I love specifically about R&Co because R&Co is so thoughtful about the products that you make because it really is made specifically for hair type. And that's something that I like to explain to my clients is what kind of dry shampoo to use. Do you just use the regular kind of like a lot of people start with Batiste. I feel like that's everybody's like entryway into dry shampoo because it's just a very well-known name. But I'm like, you know that there's so many different types of hair. There's so many different textures, oil content. Like there's no reason that we need just one dry shampoo. So that's what I love about R&Co's, and that's how I learned to like explain it to my clients is what you would use on your hair if you wash every other day because you're really oily, and someone like me that washes 1 to 2 times a week, we're not going to need the same thing.
Exactly. And I love the setup. You just nailed it on the head. The number one question I get asked is, why do you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dry shampoos?
Yeah.
Technically, there's some that are more styling products than dry shampoo, but like, yes, we have a lot. And to your point, that's exactly what it is. Number one, what is your scalp type? You know, there are oftentimes, you know, the number one probably basic dry shampoo is an aerosol dry shampoo. It's our number one SKU in our line. A lot of people love it. But, you know, then you have to think about the people with eczema or psoriasis who an aerosol dry shampoo would be very irritating and create more itch. So we thought of everybody. So this is kind of a lineup. I have them lined up from least oil absorption all the way up to most oil absorption. So Spiritualized being on the lighter end, so maybe day 2, day 3. These are equal parts styling product, equal parts dry shampoo, which we'll talk about in a second. This is medium to high oil absorption, our number one SKU nationwide for R&Co. And then this is like day 7 and beyond when you are completely oily and you just don't want to wash and you got to go one more day.
Yeah.
So the rescue. So I'll quickly walk you guys through these just so you know kind of which one's for you. So Spiritualized, this is our dry shampoo mist. It's my favorite in the lineup. I'm obsessed. So it's a wet dry shampoo. Okay, so that might be really weird and different for a lot of people. As you can see, this has been sitting on my countertop for a while. So we've got the powder at the bottom, and then you've got a liquid at the top. The liquid, although it looks like water, is actually micellar water. So micellar water is found in a lot of skincare as a soothing agent for sensitive skin. So same thing for your scalp. This is going to be the dry shampoo that will be best for sensitive scalps. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, for the person who works out every day. So let's just say, you know, you wash your hair and you blow it out once a week, but you work out every day. Instead of having to wash every single day, you really just want to target and refresh the points that are sweaty, right? So if I got a blowout, you know, I put my hair in back, I go to the gym, you know, I'm sweating across my hairline. Normally, I would have to wait for that sweat to dry before I put a dry shampoo on.
Right.
Now, because this is wet, you can spray it directly on wet, sweaty hair. So not only does it soak up the oil, it actually speeds up dry time. So this does dry faster than like a traditional water would. So your hair's gonna dry faster, and it's also gonna dry without any oil. So also it has a root lifter built in. So it's got a level 3 root lift. So great for just like a day 2 restyler. So that's how I use it. So every day.
So because like we said, we both have naturally curly hair. I have crazy colics, like right here, in the back of my head. So when I sleep, no matter how clean my hair is, I wake up, I have this like crazy part like in the back of my head. And so this helps to be able to spritz down. All I have to do is brush it through my hair, and then I just let it air dry. If I'm a rush, you can like heat it, do a hot blow dry on it. But also when I have bangs, my bangs are crazy. I don't know if I sleep on my face or what. No matter what I do, the bangs are just like wild in the morning. Or I'm somebody that styles my hair different every day. I change my part. So this helps be able to re-wet my hair in the morning to be able to change the part or style it, kind of like reset where it was blow dried. And it still looks really fresh and really clean. I don't feel like I'm putting more product on top of my hair, and it doesn't activate my natural texture at all.
Exactly. You nailed it. Like, it's a restyler. Day 2. You just want to like fresh little root lift, like a little root bump. Day 2, it's feeling a little flat. You spray this on in 2 ways to apply. So always shake it because you want that powder and the micellar water to mix. You could just do, you know, far away, just a refresh like that. I could shake my hair up and down and be fine to go. It's not wet, but it's just getting me a little oomph restyle. Or I could actually go close to my scalp and saturate the scalp, and then use a rough dry, like a blow dryer, to dry it in the opposite direction to really like a root lifter. So 2 things. Number one thing about this that people love is there's 0 residue. It feels like nothing's in your hair. So if you are, oh, I wish I could use dry shampoo because it saves me time and I don't have to wash as much, but I hate how my hair feels dirty. this is the one for you.
Yeah.
No residue, reverts you back to day one clean hair with no feeling in your hair.
Yeah, especially for like us, like not an everyday washer, and or if you're a person that's like a sweaty sleeper, especially in the summer.
Yes.
Like in the summer, oh my god, my hair just looks crazy, especially back here, and it's like I'm not gonna take the time to re-wash all of it just to make one part really great.
Yep, exactly. Favorite one. If you haven't tried it, do. It's a really cool one. Okay, the next two that I put in the dry.
We lost people. Just waiting for Hannah to come back. We somehow lost everyone. Perfect.
We've been talking a while. I was like, what happened?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I guess I put an hour cap to it. So,
Oh, it's
all right, we'll
been
finish
that long
dry
already.
shampoos. Yep, we'll finish dry shampoos. If you guys are back with us and you have questions, ask them now so we can go through them after we're done explaining dry shampoos, and then we'll let everybody go. Okay, so I was speaking dry Sandcastle, which is our dry texture cream, and then you've got Badlands, which is a dry shampoo paste.
Yeah.
So Badlands was the first. This is kind of like, I mean, Ashley, I want to hear how you use Badlands and who you use it on, because it's an interesting one.
It is. It's an interesting one, and I feel like it's one that gets misunderstood and misused the most.
Yep.
So I like to say that I personally like Sandcastle. I like Sandcastle's better, but I like to say dry shampoo paste is usually what we like to say, but it has to be described. So it comes in like more of this putty form, and when you emulsify it in your hands, it breaks down into this kind of like silky but gritty texture, and it's really great to put just at your root. I like to spot put it just kind of at those points that I know if I'm styling my hair when I like to do it like kind of, I have a shag, so if I like my hair to be like really big, and I know I want like a little bit extra root texture or grit and have my hair be a little bit fuller at some points, I'll put it there. Or if I know that, like when I work, I sweat at certain points of my head when I'm blow drying all day. So around the parts of my hair, like especially like right in the front, is where I will get sweaty and I feel like my hair will get a little funky sometimes. I rub it in right there because it'll help kind of oil absorb as the day goes on. So I don't have to fix it at the end of the day. It's kind of like preemptive.
Yep, exactly. I love both of these on actually clean hair. And not to say you can't put them on dirty hair, you totally can. But when I say preventative dry shampoo, I mean putting something in your hair on clean hair so it absorbs oil as it's producing throughout the day or day 2, day 3. So both of these do that, so you can use them as a styling product, but they're technically in our dry shampoo category because they do have the capability to absorb oil as it produces throughout the day. So 2 really cool ones. Badlands is much more of like your texture, your rough, your grit. Really good as a foundational piece for like braids and things like that. Sandcastle is the easiest way to describe it is a texture spray, but in cream form. So simple as that. Good one because it's not like an aerosol or anything, so it's a favorite for people who travel often because it's just like
it's small, and I like that. I like that one just because it is the lighter texture for either finer hair or for styling. So I use that a lot of beach waves, and I actually have a lot of pixie cut clients that like it because it gives it for fine hair a little bit of volume and a little bit of roughness. It doesn't necessarily have a ton of hold as far as like styling, but
more about texturing.
It could control a little bit.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I love that one. And oftentimes I travel with that too. If I don't want to bring like a big texture spray or something like that, I'll bring my cream, and you just rub it in your hands completely. Hair, so I'm going to activate that right now by doing this. But like that's essentially we would get that lift that you're really looking for, and you can pull it all throughout just to give it like a little undone texture, like wispy. So cool. Okay, next one. I don't really feel like I need to explain this one.
Just everyone's dry shampoo that we all know and love. Yeah,
it is the staple. Like I said earlier about you're not really sure where to start with a line. These would be your starter pack.
Yeah, and I like that again on fresh, clean hair. I feel like my hair is just so silky when I blow it out that
Yeah.
it just like goes like flat, even if I'm using a product, just because my hair texture is so smooth and so fine that this helps kind of support my root.
Totally. And also, like, because I was doing that too, and then we had Balloon come out. So I was like, okay. So now I've kind of transitioned to Balloon. I do still go Death Valley, like when I'm, day 3 and I'm feeling a little oil, because the oil absorption in this is medium to high, remember. Really, really important, and just generally speaking for the R&Co line, shake things.
Everything.
So we're vegan. Things separate. It's we really pride ourselves on being vegan, so it's so amazing. But I will say that makes things settle. So really just get in the habit if you're gonna, using R&Co at home or you're trying to look for your new line, just be mindful and try and shake things because that works better. So this is provitamin B5 in it.
Yeah, and that, because it has like, it's powdery, but it's not too powdery, that it does give it like kind of a nice coat. Right. Both that and Skyline.
Yes.
I like as primers for people that feel like hairspray doesn't do anything for me, because the powderiness gives it a little bit of almost like what a primer would be for foundation before I put on like a sealing product like a hairspray or a texture spray on top of it, because that powderiness kind of helps it hold.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, anything. Powder gives grip. So it's in a lot of texture stuff, and it's a great foundation for things like that. But Shake Death Valley, it does have provitamin B5 in here, which means it's strengthening the keto. So it's almost acting as like, a lot of people don't know this, it's almost acting as like a conditioner. So it's a wash shampoo, meaning you didn't wash that day, which means you didn't condition. So it's got like kind of a built-in conditioner here. That's why I'm telling you to shake. So the powder goes up to the top. So when you're spraying it, you're getting both the powder and the provitamin B5, and not just the provitamin B5.
Yeah.
So don't shake it and you spray it. Like you might, I've never really run into this issue, but I've had someone tell me that sometimes if you don't shake it, if you spray it, you almost get like just the provitamin B5. It can make you look a little, it can make you look a little greasier. So just make sure you're shaking everything. It's our #1 bestseller that R&Co has, and is an absolute staple for anyone to have with a line. Okay. And last but not least, we have Skyline. So Skyline, forgive me, I have the outdated packaging. We just we didn't reformulate the ingredient technology, just the bottle. So if you have the new one, same thing that I'm discussing right now. So this is like, I'm really greasy. I really need to shower, but I'm going to push it one more day because I can. This is it. So this literally reverts you back to
like putting baby. It's the people that used to put baby powder on their roots before dry shampoo was popular. This is going to be it.
That's it. Yep. I was one of those. Baby powder all the way. My mom taught me that. My mom loved putting baby powder to that front section. I did it as a young girl, and now I'm sick of dry shampoo. But yes, similar. So it does give that like gritty texture. It is very powdery. For this one, if you've got dark hair, you'll definitely want to hit it with like a cool air dryer just to make sure it's really mixed in, just because it's so concentrated. So the more concentrated it is, the more oil it's going to soak up. But that's for, for the darker hair colors. It will take a little bit longer to work in, unlike something like, Death Valley is completely invisible. So that's a fan favorite just because you spray and you go. Same with Spiritualized. You spray and you go.
Would you say you would like to kind of like spray it in, let it sit for a minute, and then like brush it through?
I always do. Yeah. When I spray it, I do a couple pops, and sometimes I even put it in my hand.
Okay.
And just kind of work it in. As best as you can use your fingertips to really get that, because the powder is what's soaking up that oil. So you really want to make sure that powder is in circular motions on the scalp. Yep, soaking up that oil. And then, I like to hit it with a cool air dryer, just help spread it. It does have mica in it as well. So it's adding shine back to the hair. It's not oil, so don't think it's going to make, couldn't be further from the truth.
They're like little reflective particles.
Exactly. Reflective. Think of it as a sparkle. Exactly.
Yep. Sparkle, yes.
That's what's fun. Yeah. So if you get really oily very fast, this is for you, or you're just somebody who you really like to wash once a week. Here we go. Yep. Exactly. Okay. Do we have any questions in this lineup? I know we ended. I think we hit everybody's questions.
Yeah, in the last.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, I think after that, I would say the next thing that I would be good, like two-way mirror.
Yeah.
This came out, has been like my ultimate favorite. So a lot of lines are now coming out with a dry conditioner because dry shampoos are so popular. This is what I use on my mids and my ends on my days after like 2, 3, where I feel like they're looking like they need a little bit of extra love because my roots now look nice and now my ends just look dry.
Exactly. Yep. It is our new smoothing oil. So two-way mirror. I love the color. We used a skincare grade technology. What's the word I'm looking for? What are in oils? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Silicone.
Silicone. Yeah.
It would come to me. So we did use a silicone in this, which I know a lot of people have a negative connotation with. You shouldn't, because it's actually just a way for like movability into the hair.
Yeah.
But we did use a skincare grade quality one, meaning a lot of silicones are found in your facial moisturizers, so you're able to move them and spread them throughout your face.
So is there a difference in regular silicone versus skincare grade, which helps with like, does
There's
regular
just-
not absorb as much?
Yeah, it definitely just depends. The higher quality
Yeah.
silicone that you have, the more it allows for it to soak in. So
Okay.
some of them, if it's a not very high grade silicone, it will sit topically on the hair.
Okay. It doesn't actually penetrate and help moisturize. It's just kind of like,
Exactly.
it looks shiny.
Exactly. It's the same thing with your skin. If you're using
Yeah.
something that's like, it's gonna sit on your face versus like penetrate the derma, like
Coconut
yeah.
oil.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So awesome. Really good for now too. Even if you want to put on a little bit more than you normally would, sleep in it as a treatment, you can. The shine on this is a 10 out of 10. Super, super shiny, super sleek. The bottle is small. What'd you say?
I don't feel like it's too heavy. I don't feel like I've ever encountered where I feel like I over oiled myself.
Yep, same. And that's a good point. Like, the bottle is small, and everyone always says, like, why is the bottle so small? Because you don't need a lot. So this should last you a very long time. I mean, you want to open it and just do 1 pump or 2 pumps max. If you're somebody who can really withstand a lot of oil, like super thick, coarse hair, you might want to do 2 to 3 pumps. But for someone like me,
I just did 2, probably like 20, 30 minutes ago. I don't know if you saw me do that. I went like this. I just felt like it looked crazy on the ends. And my hair's like day 2, so it's not like super dry or dirty, but it just kind of like smooths it down, gives a little bit of moisture. I don't look fuzzy.
Exactly. Yeah, it's your dry conditioner. Think of it like that. You're adding moisture to the hair without having to wash. So staple, really, really good one. Highly recommend. Not too heavy. Anyone from fine hair all the way up to thick and coarse can use this oil.
Do you feel like you use that on wet hair?
Yeah, 100%. Wet or dry. I know a lot of people like to put their oils in wet so they can throw it in. Whatever works for you, works for me. Totally fine. I sometimes actually do both. So sometimes I put it in wet and then I'll finish with like just a little bit more dab on dry, just to kind of like get those ends feeling nice and soft and silky. And then the other oil is neon lights.
Yes.
So now what I just explained to you about a silicone, if you have extensions or you just do not like silicones and don't want them, this is a silicone-free dry oil spray. So this is a staple for you. This one comes out in an aerosol. So it's a spray. Fine hair, spray it in your hands, emulsify, and then work it in. Thick, coarse hair, you're fine to just spray it on. The only reason I'm saying spray it in your hand for fine hair is just a little goes a long way. So I want you to get used to how it comes out before you go like full throttle and spray in your hair. So that's why I always say spray it in your hand first for fine hair, just so you can get a feel of consistency and how much comes out at a time.
Yeah.
So, but those are the 2 oils that I would recommend. Great for at-home treatments right now. Leave them as long as you can. Sleep in it, whatever you need to do. Now is the time to revive dull, dry hair. So Well, okay. Is your mom? Do you want to do root touch up with your mom, or do you want to skip it?
We can.
You want to go get her?
Yeah. Let me go grab her. I'll be right back.
Okay. If anyone has any questions, put them in the comments and I can answer them for you. Or if you've never used the line and you just want like a product recommendation, I'm happy to do that too. Let's see who's in here. Hi, Mel. Kelly.
Yeah. Move this back for a second.
Okay.
So, come take a seat.
We're going to have Ashley's mom join us.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. So
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too. This is Hannah. Hannah's my mom. So my mom colors her hair. So we're gonna. I'm actually gonna turn you. Okay. So I'm gonna turn her so we can kind of see what her hair looks like. So you can see where I get my natural curls from.
Yes.
But we do a demi on her, so she doesn't have permanent color. So her color is a little translucent too.
Okay.
You can see she's got. We've got some nice good grays in there. And we see this nice line. So I'm going to I guess we can do half and half. I have
I was gonna say, what color do you
I
have?
have
for
a light
Beatrice?
brown, and then I also have the dark brown.
I feel like she's a dark brown.
I think she's a dark brown too. So we're gonna take it. Is this light good? Do I need to turn on this light?
Nope, the light is good. Just make sure you show us the nozzle and where you're directing it.
Okay, so I'm gonna, right now on this part, I'm gonna direct the nozzle down. If you can see the nozzle's right here.
Yep.
But I am.
Wow. I love watching this being done. Isn't that cool?
Go ahead and see. She does have still a little bit of shine on there, but you don't really see any of those grays.
Yep. Yep. It's
And
amazing.
it's like nice and soft. It looks like
Yeah.
really shiny, which is nice.
Yep.
There
Awesome.
we go. That looks
Yeah.
great. You can see comparatively to here,
Yep.
or even, let's see, go underneath the difference.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so pigmented
And
as
it
you can
passes
see.
really well.
Yeah, really good, great coverage. And she's good to go now. Like that won't be coming out until the next time she washes and uses shampoo. So
Yeah. Yeah. That looks great. Thanks, Mom.
okay. Thanks for being our model.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
How cute. That's awesome. No, I'm so glad for those who might have been worried about like, oh, can I apply this or is it difficult?
No, it's not difficult. And she's 100% white. Like her hair is white, like, and it doesn't look chalky either. And I feel like because she was using like powder before, and it's like that comes off and it does like transfer, like the ones that you can get where you can like brush on. I know they have the mascara ones too.
Yeah.
And I think these ones are just so much nicer because you don't have to worry about transfer. You don't have to worry about it like dripping on you if you're sweat or get caught like in the rain, and it doesn't look like that dense matte.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. Someone said you need to have a how-to on Insta for this.
Oh,
Makes
we
it look
will. I told her that's why she was gonna color her hair, and I'm like, don't color your hair. We have to do a video.
Yeah. Exactly. I know Jenny told me you were making a bunch of different videos. So
Yeah. I'm gonna work on that. So if there's anything anybody wants to see, I already did like a curly kind of styling one, and then I brought home a ton of styling products. I had a feeling people are gonna want to. I mean, this is the time to practice. Practice your flat curls, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Well, this was so fun. Thanks for sharing with me, Ashley.
Of course.
Like I said, anyone in here, if you have questions, consult your stylist, or you can see my handle. Did I pause? Sorry. Hannah, my
yeah, you processed.
I said 20%. Hannah_R&Co. You guys can follow me. I'm the sales rep for the area for the brands. If you guys have questions, or if you're wondering like what salon carries R&Co and where should I purchase, you can always DM me and I'd be happy to help anyone.
Yeah, and then remember we do have the affiliate link through our Blueberry website, blueberrymoon.com, that if you need to purchase products right now, you can go purchase them through R&Co. That helps benefit us during this time. We are still taking reservations, so please email in if you want to do that. Gift cards are great for right now, and I mean, we're going to keep, I think, this going, doing tutorials and some video stuff while, you know, the time being, because we got the time to do it.
Got all the time in the world. Yep. As she said, anything you guys can do to support, we are hugely grateful, and I know that the stylists appreciate it. This is such a difficult time for everybody, I know, but
we also are doing that huge raffle. So we are doing a huge raffle through the salon right now. I think it's about almost up to like $1,500 worth of product. Most of it's R&Co. We're giving away some leaders. We're giving away all of those like at-home conditioners, the crown, all of that. We even threw in some of the at-home professional treatments for you guys. We have some skincare products. We have a little bit from every line that we carry.
Awesome.
But all of the tickets that you're buying, the proceeds will go to the salon to help keep us open once we open up again. On our website, we list the different amounts of tickets, how much they are, and then you're entered into the raffle to win this like really big basket full of really great, mostly R&Co products.
Awesome. I love it. Well, that's awesome. Be sure you guys check that out then. What a great thing to be doing right now. So
yeah, we're excited.
Awesome. All right, Ashley, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. It was good to talk to you, everybody. Thank you for sending in your questions. And like I said, you can reach out to either of us after if something comes up.
Cool. We'll see that soon.
All right. Bye, girl.
Bye.
Stay safe.